I was trying to record this for you and it took me ages and I just couldn't do it. I don't know whether my computer's doing something or it's just the way it is, but I just couldn't do it, so I've decided to do it this way. It's not quite as good, but at least you'll be able to hear it without all that stopping and starting. So I'm doing it.
Welcome back, where we are talking about Sabrina Wallace and the Biofield, where I am going through all the videos that I can possibly find. Again, she does not have a YouTube, she does not have a TikTok, she's on Rumble and she's on Odyssey, because the stuff she is talking about, sometimes she'll erase videos. She does not like to be on any app that has any type of just security issues, because people have been unalive for talking about things like this, because again, if you don't know about something, you can't fight it, combat it, help control your own self. And her quote that she said is, "Why did they not tell you that you were wireless? Is because they didn't want you to have the remote to your own body." So I want everybody to take a deep breath before I talk about this. We're going to have to break it down into two parts. So I went to her Rumble and I went to the very first video that I could find, and I took multiple pages of notes, okay? And the title episode of it was "Why the Biofield Being Extinct is Mission Critical." So this is, again, on her Rumble. This one was from 2023. She has videos prior to that, but again, I'm trying to find all the ones that I can find on her personal account so I can give you all the best directive information. If you want to go and watch it, you can. So I want to start off with showing all this timeline. This is literally the 1500s all the way to like 1970. In 1890, they were already doing biofield, psionics, plasmonics, cymatics, molecular phase, like physics, like they've been researching this shit. It's a psyop to make you believe this is some new age woo-woo bullshit, when in reality they want it to be a psyop because we are nearing a digital AI technocracy. And I know these are very scary words, but this is the truth. And the more truth that we have, the more we can combat it and fight it together. So she starts talking about heart coherence. Is your heart center is the heaviest center that you have, okay? I'm going to make another video about, Biofield and just stuff that I've learned personally before I even found Sabrina Wallace. But in your heart center, right, that's the heaviest energy where it has the highest amount of biophoton emissions, okay? Remember that. So it's been at least 150 years of a psyop for them to make sure you think that this is some woo-woo bullshit. That way they can use it against you and create a AI governed system, right? So they say that you have radio frequency. There's two radio frequency sinks where the energy is the most condensed. Also down by your bladder, your sacral, right down by there, that's where the two RF sinks. So what she's saying is they will try to hit you with like electromagnetic radiation, right? And any type of micrometals that are in our bodies, and not just, also I want to let everyone know, it's not just from getting any type of, immunizations. It can also be your food, your water. Nanoparticles can be in, think smart dust, right? Think about the fog that a lot of people have seen lately. There's so many ways that they can get these micrometals in you, right? And then they use radio frequencies to condense it down into two permanent biosensors, right? This is how they can take information from you, but also be aware of what you're thinking, what's going on in your biofields. Are you sick? Are you happy? If we're talking frequency, they can see if you're vibrating high, if you're vibrating low, when you're mad, sad, horny, okay? And they want to digitally monetize off of this, because we'll get into some other scary shit, right? They can sell your data. They have been selling your data. You are worth your data. But when these biosensors, it's used for all kinds of things. They're not just for weapons, right? In general, they've also used them for search and rescue, getting into tight spaces, testing chemical surveillance changes in the atmosphere, whatever. But when these biosensors are placed in your body, it controls your bloodstream. And there's a lot of details that we can go into, but I want to make sure I can get through the first half of this. It says people are not infected with this type of stuff. You have now been installed, right? So she's saying you're not just like infected. They spray nano, then they install it using graphene tubular structures to help them route data, right? They've been building it since 2005, and we're able to fully be able to monetize to sell it since 2019, okay? And they're also using this for AI to become aware. It's called biometrics or biomimetics, okay? Biometrics is, the data that it produces, but biomimetics is also used for products, marketing, and predictive choices. So the AI algorithm that they're trying to get to run the world is trying to predict what you as a human are going to do, when you're going to eat, when you would, protest against the government, when you would be mad, when you would want to go shopping. They're trying to use that against you, okay? And she talks about there's something called an energy harvesting protocol. And I know this is going to freak people out. And at the end of this video, I want everybody to understand you need to go and look up heart-brain coherence, because it is scannably, helps your heart field become more coherent, and they can see your heart field get bigger, and it is protective. It can protect you from being hit with more electromagnetic radiation, or for them being able to pull your data back out, okay? So she says they use the 6G low pan, again, 5G, the W band, wide body area network. You are being used as a conduit to transfer data, whether about yourself or about the area around you, right? They can survey areas, and they use your tissue to pull data through, to go up to these places, and then they can provide data about who is where, what landmarks are where. They can do all kinds of shit, good or bad, right? So it says 6G low pan is energy harvesting, pulling joules and bits off of it. It can pull apart cells at micro levels. Also, when they talk about Bitcoin, that is literally what Bitcoin is using, is they are mining people's personal data, right, to find these bits, right, and it equates into money, that data, okay? She says this is about electronic warfare, specifically about the military, right? She says there's a program executive office, and she talks about the wireless sensor networks and the W bands, the wide body area network, and the 6G low pan. All of these specific things are used for them to start building this technocracy, for them to be able to see anybody, anywhere, in their home, outside of their home, what they're thinking, what they're about to do. Literally, we are nearing AI governance, and she knows this, and she's trying to make sure that if all of us can start to wake up to this, even if only a small percentage, like 3.4% of the population, and class consciousness, to really become aware, we have to get rid of capitalism, we have to get rid of the military-industrial complex. These are things that people have fucking died talking about. Then she goes into the human biofield, what is it used for, and who is they? Who are these people that are using it? I said this in another video, but it's not just the government. It's electronic warfare divisions, it's medical people, police, military, politicians, lawyers, right? It's surveillance, reconnaissance. So Internet of Behavior, body, things, industrial, medical, because you can use biosensors to also help people, get a chip in their brain if they're having like brain aneurysms, or, they're trying to figure out like what's wrong with their heart. They can put these sensors in your body so they can try to help you, but obviously it has been weaponized and now is being used against us in ways we're not fucking aware of, right? So she talks about with the body area network, the data is routing through your body, right? And then there's a personal area network, PAN, right? It's commercialized control of data and your nervous system. They can connect this data to anybody who can write an app can connect to your personal data, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're going through. And it's called neural modulation, when they can tack in, okay? So I want y'all to start thinking about severance again. Severance is literally them telling that this is real, okay? She says that your biofield can be used to be protected against this if you have awareness of it, but they had a AI symposium in September 2020, and they literally said they want everyone using AI because they have customers. I want y'all to think some probably tech pieces of shit billionaires that want to be able to be in full technocracy mode, but they need everyone to start using it so that AI can predict what we're gonna do, when we're gonna do it, when we're hungry, when we need things, and what is the best way to use it against us. And when people do start speaking out, I want y'all to think Havana syndrome, right? They call them a TI, a targeted individual, okay? They can cause you to hear things, think things, do things. They can use you like a sim. They can control your nervous system. So think possible mass shootings, covering up some fucked up shit going on. That way they can defer the news to that way. So these are real things, but people being fucked with like Havana syndrome, but through voice to skull technology. These are real things that are patented. They can use it to make you do things. They can use it to make you do something like Severance or MK Ultra, and you won't even remember it. This is why it's so important to understand how to keep up with your biofields. It is spiritual, it is physical, it is one of the most important things. Follow along for part 2.